still processing the last quarter, but I've been working pretty hard to be competitive, and we were today. And I thought North, were excellent as well. It was a pretty high pressure game, and it ebbed and flowed a little bit. So the last quarter we learn a lot, which is great to learn how to handle a tight game. Can't say we handle it well, but we've got some lessons to learn, and being able to be in a game was just that was exciting. But not much changes from what we've been chasing. I think you guys have been well and truly aware of what's going on, and it won't really change other than a bit of a smile on the face now. The work's still in front of us.
So the significance of getting that winning feeling for you and the team,
I think it's for the fans as much as for us. Like 40,000, I know how to pump them up too. They're all half cut. But 40,000 turned up today. For the most part, they've stuck by us, and I get the frustrations they've had. So to get a win for them as much as our players is rewarding, but there is some work to do.
How important is it for the younger players to get that taste of what it feels like?
Well, it's all part of it. Yeah, it's on-field performance. The spirit's good at the club. Yeah, the cultural part is one of growth. But on-field, we probably don't see it as much as we would like. So we challenge them today to bring what they've been doing during the week on-field, and leaders led well, and younger players expressed themselves. So pretty simple game when you turn up like they did today.
And personally, for you, how does it feel?
Trying to get more emotive on the whole thing, but no, I'm not. I know it's been a heavy 2.5 years, but yeah, I won't change what I do really. But it's pleasing to have a win. I'm not going to lie.
And we talk a lot about the kids and how important they are and what they learn, but how important Darling and Cripps in that first quarter to get you going.
Yeah, and Hearn, he was sensational today. A bit undermanned. So the leaders have been doing a lot of work, and they've probably not been down, but they've been carrying a heavy load. So I thought all those guys stood up today. Dom as well, Gaff, and these guys have been challenged this year. It's been a tough one. So to start the way they did and lead from the front, and then they get to engage the crowd, and things roll on from there. So yeah, good sign for the future, as well as the guys have been around for a while.
What about Bailey Williams up against two ruckmen, who was sensational today?
Yeah, Bailey's learning a lot about the craft and the game. He's now rucking on his own pretty much, and he has some frustrating moments, but today had a lot of good moments, and it took another step forward for us.
Can you talk us through the sub that was made quite early? A bit of a talking point, having Elliot Yeo come on.
Well, he was available for 60 minutes. So it was either, there's no waffle game. So it was either start him and sub him, or take a risk and start him as a sub. So we took the latter, and I didn't think Bazzo necessarily deserved to go off at half time, but it was the plan if we got through, and that's what we did. So, he looked a bit rusty, Yoey, but he got through the game. I think he played the whole last quarter, so he got his 60 minutes, and we moved forward.
With a young player and a lot of promise like Bazzo does, how do you sort of use that as not only a teachable moment as well, but just not to hurt his confidence, I suppose?
Oh, no, he's fine. He's fine. We've had plenty of opportunities with young guys, and he's a team player, so he gets it. It's Elliot Yeo. He's in his second year. He's had great opportunity this year, so that's not a big deal at all.
How important were a couple of Elliot's interventions in that, I guess, that last frantic?
Yeah, it was a bit rusty early, and then the last quarter, he did some things that were important. That last play, that was important, so to speak. The whole last quarter was a challenge. Yeah, we'll have to dig a bit deeper in that.
Just touching back to Darling's first quarter, that was one of the best quarters he's played
Darling,
in a long
yeah.
time. Yeah.
He's trying. Yeah, it's he's battled with a syndesmosis pre-season, broke his arm mid-season, and then it's had a collarbone for 4 or 5 weeks. So, and I know his form's been a bit down, but I don't know how anyone go with our supply this year in the front half. But he competed really well, got right up the ground, supported the back half, and I've always backed him in, and proud of him today.
Yeah, and as you just touched on, he went back to the defensive goal square and took a mark there, and sold the dummy in midfield. And
I don't know where that come from, but he. That's what you got to do now in the modern game. You got to be really good at your craft. You got to be competitive, and you got to be able to run. So he's still got plenty of games left.
Oscar Allen looked quite banged up. near the end. But how was he?
Been banged up for a while.
Yeah.
Took a great mark, didn't he? He was our captain today. I thought he led from the front. He had a corky. So 6-day break again for the, I don't know how many second weeks we've had it, but we got the Bombers next week, so we'll see how we go.
That mark you took just before half time, how significant do you think that was in the scheme of things?
I don't know. It was just a good mark. It was a good bit of play. So not many players can do that. So yeah, I noticed a difference when he's in the leadership position, along with all of our guys. But he's really trying to lead well, especially when he's captain.
Looking ahead now to Saturday, like you said, 6-day break. How do you take this momentum into that? And
I'd like to, but the focus for us is what we've been working on. So we won't change our process. It'll be, maybe there won't be cameras parked at the front of the club, or these surprise board meetings that I'm part of sometimes not. Maybe that just settles a little bit and takes not the pressure but the attention off that bit, and let us continue to do our work. But we really haven't changed internally. It hasn't. It's been the same process, and that's a long-term one, like I said.
So outside of individual performances today, the things that you have been chasing, what did you see out there that you were most pleased with?
We chase the same things most teams do. So contested possession is really important. General play, I think, we're plus 20 something, which hasn't happened for a while. I won't go into the specifics of some of the other things, but pressure factor was almost at 200 today. When we seem to do that well, we're in the game. I think we had 60 inside 50s, 26 tackles in the forward 50. So that the game's pretty simple at the moment. You've got to be really good at your craft and contest. You've got to be able to transition well and lock it in your front half. It's like, do that, and then the rest sort of takes care of itself. So that's what we're working on.
I know you sounded concerned about the fourth quarter. The flip side of that, building a 30-point plus lead twice in a game, what does that say about, I guess, the desperation of the players?
Yeah, North, they're a young side. They would have been younger than us. Rats has done a terrific job with that side. They got some good personnel back. Their mids were really good, really hard to keep a hold of. And they played with tremendous spirit as well. So they were up for the fight all day. We jumped them, they got back at us, and we jumped them again, and then they had their turn in the last. So I think both clubs, regardless of the result, will be pleased with the progress they made today.
The clearance numbers were really alarming early. What did you do to turn that around?
Clearance numbers? I think it was 6 or 7 from our forward 50. So not as much as you want to get clearances there, but we tidied that up in the second half, and their players just got to work. Goldstein, Uniacke, Thomas, and Simpson in particular, they just played better than us. They were better in scramble. So we tidied that up to a certain degree, and ended up probably breaking even after quarter time.